see. But Hagler, that last October, Hamsho was stopped 2 minutes 9 seconds into round 11 and has only ever lost his first ever professional fight, a 6-round split decision to a light heavyweight by the name of Pat Quayle. There's Curtis Parker making his way toward the ring.
Man, you see ahead of him, Georgie Benton, that great Philadelphia middleweight. Never could quite become the champion, but they said he was the uncrowned champion. He fought everybody, and he was good.
And Curtis on the comeback trail after losing to Hamsho and to Wilfred Scipion. Parker rebounding to knock out his last 2 opponents. Also lost to Dwight Davison. So he lost 3 in a row to major opponents and has made the turn by taking out Lancelot Innes in the 7th round and Jerry Holly in the 6th. Now the question with Mustafa Hamsho has to be the facial structure. We talked about the cut problem in the bout against Marvin Hagler. Hamsho, a man who has cut very, very easily. And over the years, the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco, has administered to more than his share of cuts in the corners of champions such as Muhammad Ali, Jimmy Ellis, and Luis Rodriguez. Cuts that provided many anxious moments. As you look at the tail of the tape, Mustafa Hamsho with the slight height advantage. Parker at 159.5, Hamsho at 159. And getting back to the cut situation, Mustafa Hamsho has to be very, very concerned about that factor as he approaches today's main event.
Facial lacerations are an important part of the risk that a fighter takes in boxing. Cuts can cost a boxer the fight, but more importantly, as he progresses in his career, a cut-prone fighter is forced to consider an early retirement from the game. Today, cuts may well play a major role in the outcome of our main event. You face one of your toughest tests with Mustafa Hamsho. Mustafa got all cut up when he fought for the middleweight title against Hagler. He had 55 stitches in his eyes. Does that present a target to you? Do you go out and look for cuts?
Not necessarily. I feel as I'm going to use my jab, perpetually using it, and it may upset Hamsho. I might possibly interfere with the cuts, and then again, it might put cuts other than, you know, where Hagler put them at. So I feel as though that by me going out there and using my ability with my jabs and all, it could upset, but I feel as though since this fight is a revenge, no matter what happened, cuts or no cut, I'm going to win.
In talking about this fight, Patty has said, and he said to the press, if you don't look good, if you've got cuts, you've got to seriously consider retiring from fighting. How do you feel about that?
I don't think I'm ready to retire now, but I think this fight is going to be a lot different. Curtis Parker is tough to come near to me because I'm in best shape, I think, in my life.
Well, you know he's going to be coming to try to cut you because of the multiple cuts you had with Hagler.
I think he get more from me, you know. I think he's able to get more cut from what I'm going to get, you know.
In other words, you think he can cut more, it's more dangerous for him than it is for you?
Yeah, because he's coming to me, you know. I'm come to me, I'm going to do a lot of things he never saw.
All right, one last question everybody's been asking. You had 55 stitches that was reported in the press to your eyes. Many people call them retirement cuts. Going to cause you to fight any differently?
No, I be boxing the toughest guy in New York, you know. I never get, this is the first time I get bad cut in my life. People have 1,000 stitches and still fighting.
And a look at the Ring Magazine rankings of middleweights. You see Mustafa Hamsho is number 3 and Curtis Parker is ranked 7th.
Yeah, and Hamsho is off that showing. I mean, after all, it was a very valiant showing against Hagler. Now he must beat a top-ranked middleweight or else drop out of the ratings.
You think it has reached that point if there's not an impressive performance here today?
If there's not an impressive performance, Patty Flood says he wants him to retire. They can forget about the ratings.
All right, let's go to the ring for the introduction.
59½ pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, the former USBA middleweight champion from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, here is Curtis Parker. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the red trunks with the white trim, he is tipping the scales at an even 159 pounds. This young man is a native of Slatakia, Syria, and now residing in Bayonne, New Jersey. Boxing fans, here is Mustafa Hamsho.
The referee is Joe Cortez, and we'll review the rules in the state of New Jersey. Let's take a listen to Joe.
Whoever's supposed to knock down goes to the farthest neutral corner, and you say it until I signal you out. 3 knockdown rule has been waived in this state. I don't want any rough stuff. I don't want to take any points away from you. So keep control of yourselves. Shake hands, come out fighting at the bell. Good luck.
All right, Joe, the scoring handled by the referee and the 2 judges. Frank Brunette and John Stewart handling this bout. And the scoring on the round system, if the round is even, they go to the 5-point system to break the deadlock. And we're underway. Round 1 action. Curtis Parker in the blue, Mustafa Hamsho in the red. Hamsho, a brawler, always rough and tumble. Parker relies on a swarming attack. Keeps coming at you.
He's been said to be a little Joe Frazier, and that's what he is. He's a little Joe Frazier, and this might as well be round 11 from the last fight because they're picking it up just where they left off. Parker to the attack. Hamsho trying to pick off punches and land his own as he goes in retreat. Good right hand by Parker, lands high on the head of Mustafa Hamsho.
Among Hamsho's recent victories, wins over Curtis Parker, Alan Minter, Wilfred Scipion.
Good body shot by Hamsho. Another one follows. If Parker doesn't punch on the way in, he gets nailed by 3 and 4 punches by Hamsho. That's the way he lost the fight with Dwight Davidson, not punching on the way in.
And that began the string of 3 straight losses by decision.
One to this man, Hamsho, right here in Atlantic City. Good action by Curtis Parker. That's the way he's got to fight. He's got to back him into the ropes and use both hands.
And Parker known for fast starts, pressure tactics, and looking to get off fast against Hamsho. Combination by Parker. Hamsho right back. And referee Cortez breaks the fighters, warned Hamsho.
Hamsho had him grabbed by the back of the neck. You can't do that. There goes a series of 3, 4, 5 punches by Curtis Parker with a out. What they're doing now is very dangerous. They're bumping heads, and that is very dangerous for Mustafa Hamsho. Hamsho's got that awkward style of a left-hander. He's falling back into the ropes and got nailed by Parker.
Curtis Parker landing on Mustafa Hamsho through the short left, followed by the right.
Both fighters fighting their fight this round.
Keep it up. Keep it in his face.
And we approach 15 seconds left in this opening round.
That's it, Bobby. That's Mike.
All right, stop punches, stop punches. Break out.
Back in Atlantic City, this is round 2. Mustafa Hamsho in the red, Curtis Parker in the blue. Mustafa Hamsho has developed a warm relationship with a child actor by the name of Thor Fields, 13-year-old who co-stars with Richard Harris in the Broadway revival of Camelot. They met at the gym when Hamsho was sparring, and every Sunday they get together for sparring sessions, and Thor Fields has been attending Mustafa's fights.
He needs some kind of inspiration in there because he's got a devil in there with him right now. He needs something to inspire him. He's fighting much, much better at the beginning of this round. That last round, I had to give it to Curtis Parker by a very, very narrow margin. It was a very good round for both fighters, close to an even round, but I thought Parker had the edge. Right now, Mustafa's got the edge of this round. He's opened up doing what Patty Flett told him. Stay outside, don't get inside, don't bump heads.
And we have seen quite a bit of bumping. This figures to be a very busy bout for the referee, Joe Cortez.
Come on, Hamsho!
See the way that Parker comes in with his head?
Now Parker covering up on Hamsho, then try to unleash the right hand.
Hamsho fighting beautifully right now, beautifully landing everything he wants to throw and then moving away before Parker can nail him to those ropes.
How'd you score the first round?
Well, the first round, as I said a moment ago, Curtis just barely by a hair. Curtis has got a wing right hand on him. Curtis in a little bit of trouble right now. Curtis reaching to keep from getting knocked out.
Hamsho with the left hand to set up the right. And Curtis Parker in deep trouble. Looking to cover up on Hamsho.
Curtis Parker in deep trouble, and he's worked his way out.
Less than a minute left in round 2. We are scheduled for 10.
A lot of time in this round. Hamsho fighting beautifully again. He's rocking back on his heels. Hamsho fighting beautifully. He's just a ring general right now. He's picking his spots and he's fighting. Curtis Parker hollering, "Come on, chum, come on."
Parker continues to talk at Hamsho.
That's all he's doing is talking.
And trying to battle back.
What a beautifully executed fight by Hamsho this round.
So, it's been a second round that has been all Mustafa Hamsho. We'll be back with round 3. in a moment. This is round 3. Let's listen in on the corner of Curtis Parker.
Curtis, stay on top of him. Stay on top of him. You understand? Now, I know he's a little hard to jab because he's moving. You understand? But now look, don't flounder at him. You understand? Okay. And watch your balance a little better. You understand? Watch your balance a little now. When you get close, Curtis, so you're still looking for something. I told you, don't look for nothing. Okay. Hit him on the arms anyway. Just get your hands moving. You got to keep him blocking punches. Okay.
That was Georgie Benton, and he's saying what we have been thinking. He has got to keep moving. If he does not move and punch on the way in, Hamsho's found the formula, and he's picking him apart on the way in. Another crucial thing he said is don't punch from your shoe tops. Punch from your chin. That means don't reach for those punches. Don't cock them. Just let them fly from your chin. He just
Right hand by Parker. He has come out flailing. He also butted Hamsho.
Again going in, and he's being warned for a butt. No question about it. He put his head right in there.
Curtis Parker coming out of this third round and looking to load up on his punches.
And the first 2 rounds can tell you the story of this fight. If Curtis Parker comes in punching, he takes it, like the first round. If Hamsho gives ground but punches intelligently, he takes it and may knock out Curtis Parker. It is a devil of a fight right now.
Halfway point, third round, and Parker got hit as he followed through, missing on that attempted right hand.
He did a Fred Astaire there. He missed and did a complete pirouette. And in the bargain, Mustafa Hamsho got butted as he turned around. I must say, Mustafa's fighting a gentlemanly fight. He usually gets in there with elbows and everything else himself. He's fighting a boxer's fight today.
Less than a minute left. This is round 3.
Thumping body shot low by Curtis Parker. Again, a warning by Joe Cortez. That's 2 warnings.
All right, break out, come on, let's go.
This a rematch of the bout that took place back in February of '81. Hamsho winning by that disputed split decision.
All right, break out, come on, go, punch out of there.
They have had one common opponent, Wilfred Sympion. Hamsho winning in a disputed bout back in June of '80. Sympion, you may recall, knocked out of the ring of that one, and Parker lost to Sympion in a controversial decision. We are now final seconds. Round 3 with Parker Parker landing on Hamsho. Thank you, Don, and we are on to round 4 here in Atlantic City, New Jersey. How did you score that last round?
That last round, I had to give it even. Parker found a solution, and so did Hamsho, and they went at it evenly.
So we have it 1-1 and 1 even.
1-1 and 1, and that's what you're looking at, an even fight. Patty Flood in the corner, telling Mustafa, concentrate, back away, keep him in the center of the ring, get off the ropes, watch his head.
Watch the head. Let's go now.
Again, Joe Cortez, watch the head. He came to both corners and said, both you guys are but Patty in a nice gentlemanly Irish way because today is his birthday. St. Patrick's Day, said, sir, both of them are using their heads.
Is that what he said?
Something like that.
Break.
The swarming attack of Curtis Parker.
I must say, the expected... Oh, what a body shot under the liver by Mustafa. The expected cuts have not materialized. He's not even lumpy. There is no mark of damage to Curtis Parker either.
All right, break out. Come on. Step back.
Combination by Mustafa Hamsho.
All right, watch them heads.
As long as Mustafa's in the middle of the ring, he's eating up Curtis Parker.
All right, break out.
And we're midway through round 4. Curtis Parker, 22 years old, out of Philadelphia. Record of 19-3, 16 by knockout. And Mustafa Hamsho, 28-year-old, out of Bayonne, New Jersey, born in Syria. And a record of 33-2, 1 draw, 19 by knockout.
And both these fighters brawlers.
All right, watch them heads.
Continuous litany of watch his head coming from the corner and the referee.
All right, watch them heads. All right, bring out.
Yes, Joe Cortez, the referee, earning his money here this afternoon.
All right, break. Let's go, break out. Let's go. All right, get the down. All right, stop on.
Parker's doing wrong is when he's got him on the ropes and the referee breaks him, he backs up and lets Hamsho get into the middle of the ring again. He should leap right back. The instruction to your fighter would be jump in as soon as they break you up.
Hamsho had Parker off balance. Unable to land a sharp blow.
Now there is a trickle of blood under the eye of Hamsho. And now there is a welter.
Oh, right hand by Parker as this 4th round is coming to a conclusion of Mustafa Hamsho as we approach round 5.
There's that little cut, and the cut man is saying it's not really anything. It's just a slight little thing. He's looking at it, and the referee's already overlooking at it. Joe Cortez, see, everybody is so aware of the cuts on Hamsho, they're going to give him too much attention, and it's going to affect this fight. Too many people are looking at those cuts like if they're going to open up and it's going to be Niagara Falls here any minute. A disadvantage for Mustafa Hamsho, who's fighting a brave fight, and I have him ahead, 2-1 and 1. Oh, rough fighting. The referee can't get them apart. It's all heads and elbows. That's rough.
And Joe Cortez trying to settle it down.
Oh, way off balance.
We are seeing a combination of boxing and wrestling in this 5th round.
Well, wrestling is all what Curtis Parker wants because he can win that way. Hamsho needs to be in the middle of the ring.
Right hand by Parker. And then tried the roundhouse but was tied up by Hamsho.
Curtis Parker is fighting like an enraged animal. It's all heads and elbows right now. The referee's losing control of these fighters.
Parker also caught Hamsho on the break. Look out.
Let's not have another Scipion dive outside the ring.
And again, Joe Cortez looks to settle it down. But his words have had no effect.
All right, stop punching.
What recourse does he have when he has problems with both fighters?
He's got a very difficult task today. Very difficult. He's doing a good job up to a point. He's going to have to get very strong, and if he sees a flagrant violation, he's going to have to take a round away from him. That settles you down like nothing.
All right, let him go. Stop punching. Let go. Both punches. Let go.
We are scheduled for 10. We have less than a minute left in round 5, and we have seen more of the referee, Joe Cortez.
Oh, what a
Look at
butt.
the butt.
That was almost a billy goat butt by Mustafa Hamsho. Looked like Joey Giardello in his old fights when he got disqualified for doing that. Now there's blood from the nose.
Curtis Parker again on the butt.
Blood from the nose of Mustafa Hamsho. It is getting rough.
And it will be a busy between rounds for the cutman, Tony Kansi, in the corner of Mustafa Hamsho.
And Tony's a very good cut man, but the guy that usually takes care of this, Braverman, is not around. Mysteriously, Al Braverman is not here, and does he miss him? We'll know.
And we're final seconds, round 5. Well, it's always interesting to hear from Patty Flood out of the corner of Mustafa Hamsho. The words of Patty earlier today.
This is probably his toughest fight of his career, of his life. This is his life right now. He must show good. He must do his best. If he cuts bad, I think that he should retire. In fact, on the Hagler fight, after the Hagler fight, I was talking to him about retiring. And now I said, this is the deadline right now. This is probably the toughest fight of his life.
All right, Ferdy, back to the point you mentioned right at the start, and we'll have to see what happens following the Curtis Parker-Mustafa Hamsho bout as Parker continues to land on Hamsho.
And the advice from the corner with Georgie Benton was oh so wise. Georgie Benton said, don't lose your head. You're getting mad. Don't get mad. Fight this guy.
Hamsho right back at Parker. This is round 6 action.
Another cut opening up on Hamsho. There's blood on the side of his nose. Little nick on the side of his nose. It's not surprising. They're rubbing laces. They're hitting heads. Elbows are flying. This is a Pier Sixer.
This is make up the rules as you go along. The most devastating butt of the bout by Mustafa Hamsho.
Again, Parker losing his head. He's getting mad. Mustafa taunting him. Parker was taking that early round until that big butt. Now he's lost his composure.
Right hand by Parker that hurt Hamsho.
Great right hand by Curtis Parker, but what iron this guy's got in his jaw. Hamsho proved to us in Chicago the night he fought Hagler that he's got concrete in his jaw. Cut on top of the head of Curtis Parker. Curtis Parker now with a cut right at the hairline. That is of no consequence. That doesn't stop a fight. 3 or 4 straight low punches. Blood coming out of the nose of Mustafa Hamsho. Blood on the cheek of Mustafa Hamsho.
It has literally been a street brawl here inside the ring in Atlantic City, New Jersey, as we premiere NBC Sports Ringside. And that will do it for round 6. Well, things have become very testy as we enter round 7, the butt of round 6, the butt of the bout of which there have been many.
But that was intentional, and that should have been penalized by the taking away of a point by the referee. That's how the referee can control this fight. You asked me, how can a referee control 2 guys that are going wild by taking a point or a round away? That settles them down. That was a point at which he should have done it.
Curtis Parker in the blue. Mustafa Hamsho in the red. This is the revenge rematch, and that it has been.
It is now 3-2-1. I've got Parker ahead. But any time that Mustafa decides to stay away and box, he takes the round. He's doing good this round.
Tomorrow, another big day of boxing on NBC Sports World, starting at 1 o'clock Eastern Time with the live scheduled 10-round middleweight fight between knockout artist Wilfred Scipion, a man that both Parker and Hamsho know well, and hard-hitting James Hard Rock Green, plus World Cup skiing coverage with the Whistler Mountain downhill from British Columbia. And then following golf ball boxing, starting at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, Curtis Harris and Ruben Munoz squaring off. They are scheduled for 10, so tune in for the best of boxing. That's tomorrow on NBC Sports World. Just the start of our extensive boxing coverage in the month of March.
Mustafa having his finest round. He had been boxing him from outside as he should have, and he's taken this round handily. It looks as if Curtis Parker has just stopped fighting here. Mustafa fighting very beautifully, as he should, in the middle of the round.
That was a slip.
No,
that was a slip. No
question about it. A slip. That was not a knockdown. Both fighters are getting wildly out of balance as exhaustion begins to take away the strength in the legs. Curtis Parker apparently is cruising this round, willing to rest. Whether that's instructions from the corner or not, I don't know, but he's certainly not fighting.
This has been the most quiet round in some time as Parker lands.
What a right hand by Curtis Parker. Almost took the head off of Hamsho, and he's still there.
We have not seen as many of the dirtier tactics, though. This 7th round, it's been a bout of butts, low blows, swarming by both Mustafa Hamsho and Curtis Parker. And we're final seconds. Let's go to a golf update of the Inverary Classic. Let's go to Don Cricky. Thank you, Phil. We'll have complete golf coverage following boxing here on NBC. Curtis Parker moving out for round number 8. We're scheduled for 10. The announcement a moment ago that the referee Joe Cortez took 1 point away from Mustafa Hamsho for an intentional putt in round 6.
Which is exactly as we had said he should have done. He didn't make it dramatic enough. We didn't know.
And Cortez just said 1 from Parker now.
That's what he's got to do to control this fight.
And Hamsho landing the combination on Parker.
All of a sudden, dramatically, Parker has neutralized the advantage that he had, because while they're 3-3-1 in rounds, Mustafa Hamsho had fallen behind by 1 point that the referee had taken away. Now Curtis Parker's lost a point, and they're back to even again. My, how even these two fighters are. 10 rounds in February and 7 rounds now, and they're still even.
Keep in mind, in the state of New Jersey, the scoring is on the round system. If the round is even, they go to the 5 points.
Whoa! An extremely low blow. A low and very hard blow by Curtis Parker.
Let it go.
We may see some karate before this bout concludes.
This is not boxing, this is fight. This is a war.
The pre-fight talk was that it would be a classic schoolyard type brawl, but I don't think anyone expected what we have seen here.
Well, in the old days, these two guys would have fought 3 or 4 times. I don't think we could stand it 3 or 4. I don't think they could stand it 3 or 4 times.
Particularly, it's unusual to see rematches in boxing these days.
Yes, it is, but when guys fight like these two, they deserve it. You really can't tell who the superior fighter is. Well, we picked a dandy to start off the month of March. This blitz of boxing can't be headed off by a better fight than this.
We have 14 hours of boxing action over 5 days this month. Parker with the combination. And then not able to click off the feint by Hamsho. Less than a minute left. As you see in round 8, we are scheduled for 10. Marv Albert and the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco. Hamsho holding Parker off. Referee Joe Cortez has already taken 1 point from Hamsho for a butt, 1 from Parker. And you may have caught Parker attempting to hold Hamsho. It is throw the works here.
I get eating.
As we head to round 9, Ferdy, this is the same person. This is Mustafa Hamsho after round 1. And here's Mustafa now as he approached round 9.
You can see the battering he's taken, but compared to what everybody thought it was going to be, he's clean. I mean, here's a man who's had 55 stitches in his face in October, and he has not busted up, as they say in boxing.
Hamsho coming off the loss and the bout for the championship against Marvin Hagler out in Chicago. Curtis Parker on the comeback trail after 3 consecutive losses by decision. He's following up with 2 consecutive knockouts.
Well, these are the ones that count right now, these 2 rounds, because Curtis is behind by 1 round. It is now 3, 4, and 1 with Mustafa ahead by 1 round. And bear in mind, this is a fight that's so close that you can see it anyway.
And about to be scored by the referee Joe Cortez. And the judges Frank Burnett and John Stewart.
Beautiful body punch by Parker as Hamsho missed, and now Parker has a drizzle of blood coming from his nose.
It's a tough bout for the referee to score. He has had full-time action as a mediator.
I think they ought to give him a complimentary room at the Playboy Club and let him sleep it off. He's going to be tired. Toe-to-toe action.
We have had no knockdowns in the bout. 1 slip by Hamsho coming around back. Hamsho coming on again with this guy.
Hamsho the better of that, and then wrestles him right into the ropes. The uppercuts that Hamsho's throwing in there as Curtis Parker comes in reminiscent of what Dwight Davidson did to him, and he is nailing him like Dwight Davidson did.
Good move by Hamsho. He spun Parker to set him up.
There's more ring generalship to Hamsho in the last 3 or 4 rounds than Parker has shown, and he's getting the edge. Both have aggressiveness. Both have landed solidly. Hamsho's landing a lot better and a lot more. When Parker comes in and holds his hands in front of his face, it's an invitation to punch. And Hamsho takes advantage of it. He has not turned down an invitation.
So we will go to a 10th and final round.
They're swinging at this guy from outside and missing him. You understand? See, because this is the last round, this guy's going to try to come on. So now if you swing at him and miss, he's going to be all over you. Okay. Now look, don't punch till you're close, Curtis. Okay. Just use your jab. You understand? Right? Now please do not be firing at this guy from way back there. You understand? See, don't get desperate. Okay.
Yeah. I'm the boss in this fight.
This guy's full of shit.
Right, Kurt. Take your time, jab at him.
You gotta make him look like an asshole. Hit him whenever you...
Mustafa Hamsho getting set for round number 10.
This is the final round.
And Patty Flood providing the message that that is a very dangerous corner tonight. 10th and final round. Mustafa Hamsho Hamsho from Latakia, Syria. Out of Bayonne, New Jersey, Curtis Parker from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the revenge rematch. Remember, Hamsho won by controversial split decision back in February of 1981, and it has been more than a brawl here today.
Well, with the points taken off and with the action of the last 2 rounds, I have Mustafa Hamsho ahead, 5-3 and 1. Bear in mind that could just as easily be 5-4, and this round is deciding it all.
Referee Joe Cortez again breaking the fighters. Cut out the wrestling, said the referee.
A little late to be telling him that. Great corner work and great cut work by Tony has not allowed that cut to be a factor. I think Mustafa has fought truly like a top middleweight did. Oh, great punch!
Hamsho was caught by Parker.
Great shot by Parker caught Hamsho and buckled him. And he needs it. He needs a knockout.
Tremendous stamina by both Parker and Hamsho as they battled it right down to the final bell of this 10th round. Neither has gone down.
I think all thoughts of retiring Hamsho should go out the window. Oh, a tremendous shot by Curtis Parker.
And you see the time remaining. We are approaching a minute left in this 10th and final round. And Hamsho threw Parker down. Out of the pages of Wilfred Scipion, although Hamsho's people will disagree with that.
Hamsho is oh so strong. Oh so strong. You're seeing 2 middleweights in the prime of condition. 2 top middleweights. And any thought, I repeat, any thought of retiring Hamsho has got to go out the window.
30 seconds remaining in this final round. And Parker walked into the left hand of Hamsho.
Did he ever walk into it? That's a perfect description. He went right to that hand. And walked right into an uppercut. Hamsho teeing off on him now.
10 seconds remaining. And again, Parker, let's see, I thought he was pushed down. He was, just a slip. And that is it. And as I said earlier, it will be a very difficult bout to score. We'll be back with the... And back in Atlantic City, New Jersey, they are still figuring up the scorecards in what should be a very difficult fight to score, and you know that there will be disagreement no matter what the decision. The Fight Doctors card has it Mustafa Hamsho winning 6-3-1, and in points 46-43. Remember, here in the state of New Jersey, the scoring is on the round system. If the round is even, they go to the 5-point system to break the tie, and the scoring handled by a very busy fellow, the referee Joe Cortez, and the 2 judges Frank Brunette and John Stewart. There's Mustafa Hamsho along with Curtis Parker. And we are still awaiting the decision from the ring announcer. But first, let's get a golf update. Now we're set for the decision. Let's go to the ring. Here's Ed Darien.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Playboy Hotel and Casino here in Atlantic City, New Jersey, we have a majority decision. The scoring as follows by rounds. Judge John Stewart scoring it 5 rounds Hamsho, 5 rounds Parker. Judge Frank Brunette scoring it 5 rounds Hamsho, 3 rounds Parker, 2 rounds even. And referee Joe Cortez has it 5 rounds Hamsho, 2 rounds Parker, 3 rounds even. And the winner, Mustafa Hamsho.
So the rematch won by Mustafa Hamsho, and again, a controversial decision, this time by majority decision. Let's go to Ferdy with Mustafa.
Mustafa, let me ask you a quick question. I said over and over again, you can forget retirement. What do you think about retirement now?
Forget retirement. I just want to say hello to my daughter and my Louie in Miami Beach. Louie. And I want to give this fight to my manager for his birthday, you know.
For his birthday, Patty Flood's birthday. So we can all forget retirement. We're going to see a lot more of Mustafa Hamsho in the middleweights.
Thank you, Parker. Thank you.
And back to Marv Albert at ringside.
All right, Ferdy, Mustafa Hamsho by majority.